Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall is 4 minutes past 11 on Friday night, back with a plethora of stuff for tomorrow. A bit later than I was hoping for tonight. But I went to a match in the evening and then got stuck into videos, and then I got an itchy eye. So I had to take a break there and sit down and close it for 10 minutes. So I think we're ready to rock now again. Made a few pound today, and as I say, if we're winning a few pound, we're not losing a few pound. If I had another 100 yards, we could have had the double up. I'm Spartacus. Probably 5 furlongs in Navan or Naas would be more beneficial to him than a flat track. Finished the best to be fourth. I went out to 11-2 during the day, and I think I went off favourite, if not just close to being favourite. That'll win a race. Probably have to step it up to 6 on a flat track or 5. I don't think there's a 5.5 anywhere. And Super Socks showed a clean pair of heels, I have to say. Very impressed with that little Hershey in the way ran today. 3-year-olds have a good record in the race. That old Jumble, that's gone sour. I noticed that with a good few that has moved yards to Joseph O'Brien's. They just haven't replicated the same form they had with the previous stable. Takes them a while to settle in. Anyway, made a few pound anyway, that's the main thing. Tomorrow, there's competitive racing, but it's not the best. I think the Geoffrey Freer is the Group 3, and then the several handicaps. We have a lot of bus horses. We have several bus horses running tomorrow. We have a lot of them. We have one here, but it's too short to price. Is Lazy. It won for us a few times, but it won the last day, the first race in Goodwood on the Saturday. Now it won't have it all its own way. The 5-horse field. There's only £2 in the ratings between Lazy and Al Karim, and that's getting £3, so it's £1 well in. But it goes all right in for Crowley and at the track. You'd imagine it should be winning tomorrow. Probably stick it into multiples. No one that age has won it before. Another old has, Mubtaker, back in 2004. Where else in Newbury? Oh yeah, 335. We have the Hungerford Stakes. Three-year-olds having a great record in this race. But anyone that won it was an above average one. Sacred won it in 2021 and A Day in 2015, and then Lethal Force and Acceleration, Shakespearean, going back to them. Witch Hunter won it last year. I'm hoping that the 3-year-old Kikkuli is a bit above average to win it, rated 112. English Oak is the Fav, rated 1.6. We're 112. We're getting £5. So that's, it won a handicap in Royal Ascot, wasn't it? The Buckingham Palace, couldn't think of it. That was off 99. But Kikkuli should have won in Ascot. Well, yeah, another couple of strides in it would have won to have a team. And it ran in a Group 1 in France. This was in the Jersey. Pick it up about a furlong out.
Is driven along to challenge Never So Brave, and Heartem comes through as well, and the cream is coming to the top in the jersey, and it's Heartem that's kicked into the lead. Heartem has gone 2 lengths clear, and Never So Brave coming home well though on the near side. Kikkuli with Chicago Critic and Mountain Bear, and Kikkuli wearing away at Heartem. Kikkuli on the near side of Heartem as they hit the line. Oh, it's tight. Heartem on the far side of Kikkuli.
It ran then in France in Group 1, but they weren't too busy on it. So in the Jean Prat, wasn't it? That, what do you call it, that was second in that race. Or no, not second, third. Chicago Critic. That ran since. Wasn't beaten all that far, about 8 lengths. But it was only about 1.5 lengths, less than that, behind English Oak. So that should put it right there. So that's a bet. And then there's another bet on an outsider in the... There's a small bet each way. The reason being that it's the outsider of the lot. I think it's the outsider, isn't it? Many is in it. 10. Maasai Mara, 16 to 1 there with 365. It's a mile 4. That's the reason. It was bought for a good chunk of money to go hurdling. And it actually refused to run in the Swinton, wasn't it? No, the novices champion to Swinton Day refused to run that day at the start. Since then has a mile and a half. It's only beaten a couple of lengths to Jeremiah, and then in Hamilton. It wasn't beaten all that far as well, and it started way back. But it was behind that Jeremiah again, just not too far. That was a decent race, class 3. There's a class 4 Clarion top weight. There's nothing to lose. It has to earn a few pound back for oats and straw and hay and such things. So you'd imagine the handbrake would be in the off position. 10.5 grand there to be picked up. You'd imagine it should be competitive if they want. So it's 2 to 1 the field, taking on that hopefully be placed at a big price. We go to the Curragh of Kildare, the Lily Whites. What did I look at here? Oh yes, we have Greek Flower in the 215. Leeds put up the other day that it's going to be entered in the Air Gold Cup. Well, it won't get into the Air Gold Cup, but it'll get into the Silver Cup, I'd say, because it's only rated 87. 87 won't get into the Air Gold Cup. Needs a bit of cut in the ground. It's good for him. If it needs to go up a few pounds as well, probably. So you'd imagine that they'll be trying to win that race tomorrow, 6 furlongs. It hasn't to weave its way through a big field. Torivega and last year's winner John Ridgens is in the field. I think it's between Torivega and Greek Flower. Says if it rained, Greek Flower would be a solid bet, but we'll back it anyway because we want to get winning with it again. We have the 435. We have a couple of bus horses. We've Absurd, not seen by us since it won the County Hurl on ground that they said didn't like, and I won at an SP of 12 to 1 for us on the Friday of Cheltenham. Hasn't been seen since. This one, the Ebor, broke our hearts when Frankie won it. We were on Sweet William this time last year. Well, in a couple of weeks' time. Better on better ground. 3-year-olds have a good record in this race. It's hard to know, is this a run for, to put it right, get the cobwebs off. It's entered in the Ledger and the Long Distance Cup, so you'd imagine the 3-year-old might Grosvenor Square. That was second. Remember, we were on Tower of London, and Tower of London only got up on the line to beat it. It went out in front. That could be hard pegged back. Grosvenor Square. Three-year-old last year, Shamida. That one tonight, actually, at 4-1. It's a good price tonight. Drifted. Weld had a double, hadn't he? So he's back in a bit of form. He had no winner in Galway. Without Grosvenor Square, what price is absurd? 8-11. Anyway, there was one bet at the Curragh. Was there? If there was, I must have wrote down. We have a bet on Tramore, though. Somebody was going to Tramore. I got an email for someone that wanted for tomorrow. We have a horse that won for us a few times. She could be anything going in a 1.5 mile maiden, but I don't think it's fair enough. She's a stayer on the over jump, so I don't think it'd be fast enough. But I think an each way bet there on Boomerang Bill. This switched yards recently to the in-form yard of Ross O'Sullivan, which was made in Howard. It was gambled on, I think it was 14s into 11-2 in a race in Navan. I'll have a peep at it. I got into a bit of bother. This is it here. As we pick it up.
Here's Hollywood Star, followed by Selective Park. Question of Class is waiting for an out. Followed then by He Knows When. Limestone Red, Boomerang Bill is taking closer order. Out wide, picking up as Dr. Grace. Being followed then by That Boat Has Sailed. Wee Jim and Blackstone Cliff, and then Randall Poets, Larson, Numidia. Racing to the final furlong and a half, and things are beginning to change as Dr. Grace lays it down to Norak. In between them is He Knows When, followed by Question of Class. 2 lengths then to Boomerang Bill. It's Dr. Grace who's just coming to the front from on the inside. Norak, then Question of Class. Dr. Grace has it today. Second is Norak, then Question of Class. Judge goes for the fourth.
So staying on well up the hill there. Extra couple of furlongs, you'd imagine, should suit. The worst thing is well handicapped when it's 14s into 11-2 the last year, and it's first run for the yard. There's slight doubt about the extra distance because wasn't Nahar what race is that? It's the 6:30 at Tramore. The half brother. It was a good 6 furlong horse, wasn't it? Nahar, yeah. That was rated that was by the Archangel. Because Will Haggis said it was 115 rated, but that was over 6. So that's a stepping up another mile. 6 and 6, another 6 furlongs. Anyway, I thought it was worth a bet tomorrow each way. Newmarket, I'm looking at it there tonight, and there's a good pot out of that. There's 27, nearly 28,000, and when Gavin Cromwell brings one over, they're competitive. But if you see there in the last 14 days, he's 1 out of 48, and that's 2.08%, and that was the winner of the bumper, the last race in Galway. So, but on the forum, this has a right chance because it won a maiden on yielding ground in Cork. And then it was second in Iskerry in Listowel. And it was behind Seattle Creek, which was ahead of Jesse Evans and Royal Eagle and them. That was a good run. And that was Randon and Galway, but to soft ground. And it was only over 1.5 miles, but it wasn't beaten that far. But it'd be better on better ground. You'd imagine that would be competitive tomorrow. On we go to Ripon. And we have an 18-runner race before the Great St Wilfrid. Ray Vaughan is the fav. I think it's 5-1 the field. I'm taking him on with a horse that was in the same race as him too. The day he won this race. Actually, the name of the horse caught my eyes as a Chiefs man. Showtime Mahomes. Grand Tour Sam James. But this has won before at Ripon before. It's rated 67 now. It won in Ripon way back, wasn't it? Or did it win in Ripon? Am I raving? I must be raving. Oh, that was the race in Ripon last August. It was 6th to 12th night. But if you look at the race that Ray Vaughan won, this is Showtime Mahomes here.
Matisse utilises next
to the field.
Showtime Mahomes is travelling well on the heels of the leaders. Elegant Erin is also now beginning to make ground. Trixie is trying to find a way through, and they're being followed by Trilby, who's also coming into the contest. Split right across the course with a furlong and a half to go. Over on the far side, Maxi Boy is coming through with Oso Rapido. To the near side rail is Elegant Erin. Showtime Mahomes with a chance. Danzan isolated right over on the far side. Ravon, another one who is bursting through. It's now Ravon who may just have the overall lead. Ravon has just gone on the near side. Rebel Path in second, up towards the line. Ravon wins. It was Maxi Boy who's got second.
He had a bit more left of the tank there, got into a bit of bother, and he wasn't all that busy on him. And he is 67. Well, let's see, 9'7", 8 pounds. 8 pounds. What was it that day? 8 pounds. 3 pounds. So he's a 5 pound swing in the weights. That'll be an each way bet. I think it was a 12-1 shot there, I thought. 14-1 with 365. Paying 5 places. We go to the Great St Wilfrid. This has a good record for 5-year-olds. If we look at it here, 3-year-old won it last year, so if you started. But before that, then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 7 or 5 out of 6 thrown out last year. It's won by a 5-year-old. But I was looking at the 5-year-olds, and the only one I could see that I gave a real shot to was Manila Scouse. That one recently on soft ground. I thought the race to look at was the Stewards Cup. Now Ramazan is the top weight. Top weight hasn't won this before. That was second in the Air Gold Cup last year, and you'd imagine that would be the target, that they wouldn't. Well, I know there's 50 grand here, but with the 3 pound off to be carrying 9 stone 9 for a 4-year-old, you'd imagine the Air Gold Cup would be the one for that. Wob Wob Wob, we won on that, and we deserted him. Then and he won a couple of times after that. He'll like everything that's there, and he's drawn high enough. 6, one of the last 2 years, wasn't it? They're on 6 and 6, and previous years then it was all high numbers for about 6 years before that. If we look at the Stewards Cup, that's good old Summergan there. We were on cover up that day. That's Ramazan here. And this is Dare to Hope over here.
Staffshire and Stripe Red as they race on now towards the final furlong. Cover up Apollo 1, get it on the stand side, possibly have it at this stage. A couple of lengths then to Ramazan down the centre, Rhythm and Hoops as they race inside the last. It's still Get It near side. Apollo 1 is rallying, so too Billy Joe coming on, but Get It has got it. Get It wins the Coral Shoes Cup from Apollo.
He's a 4-year-old, but he's a better jockey on this time. Dare to Hope, Pushing R, 4-year-old. Now, is this the one that won in Ripon before? It is, isn't it? Yeah. Jesus, no. What horse? Oh, it did be Jesus. That was the run, yeah, last September. Won, and it was rated 80. And it's rated 80. 82, isn't it? 88. But the jockey had on the last day, Vincent C.Y. Ho. In a Chinese restaurant, he should be bringing glasses. That's what I'd put him at, because he was very weak in the saddle there. So that's the selection, and that in the Wilfrid, Great Wilfrid tomorrow. I know it's drawn, it's high too, so it should suit. I'll keep an eye on how Ramazan with a view to the Air Gold Cup. Dare to Hope, got us gone second favourite. Anyway, I'm a long time talking. Better get this into the oven. It is now 11:25. Bash the bookies over and out.